Okay, here's my bed as of right now. I'm about to take all the sheets off and take it apart, so that's why it's looking like this. But it doesn't really go with my, my rugs. You'll see later, but I want to change it, so that's what I'm about to do. So it comes in 4 pieces. It's got this foot part. It's a daybed, queen size. It's got the 2 sides, and then it's got a back part. So they all come apart. So I'm gonna take it apart and recover it, because I don't want like the tufted. I'm sorry, this ain't focusing. I don't want it to be tufted like that. It just doesn't go with the vibe of my apartment now. And this is the fabric. It's like a seafoam green, or it's like a bluish green. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay it across. Okay, I'm back. First of all, let me get this to go ahead and screenshot the ingredients. Let me see. Yes, honey. Go ahead and screenshot the ingredients. My daughter told me about this drink. Fire. Okay, so I went to Home Depot and got a Stanley electric. Okay, here we go. So I have fabric shears. And I think what I'm gonna do is get it lined up. So I'm gonna start on this side. So I have enough over here to cover the side. I'm just using the edge of the fabric. This. Oh, okay. So there's the first staple. I will say this is way easier than doing a manual one. Oh my God, so much easier. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn it around. So I flipped it long ways. This is the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and cut straight down, leaving myself a good amount to pull, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. And I left that much. So I mean, that's a lot. I left a lot. So now I'm just gonna turn it around like this. And I'm just gonna pull it as tight as possible and go all down this side. And then I'll do the ends. The ends are literally gonna be up against this. So it's not gonna make a huge difference about the ends, as long as from this side, from the front, it's tucked in really good. Okay, like I said, I'm really not too worried about what this part looks like, because it's gonna be up against the sofa. So I just mainly care about what the ends look like. I'm gonna get it like real tight. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so there's the footboard, It looks amazing. Now I think I'm gonna do this part next. So for future reference, this is the back part. I had to end up laying it on its back, so like that side's still on. But this is the back part. And then see it hooks into the side and pushes down. So you have to push it in and push it down. So trying to get this to push up like off of it is just so hard. So now I'm about to, what I did was I hammered the bottom of this and I was trying to hold on to the back. And that's how I hammered the bottom, and then I just got on that side and I was holding this part down and pulling this part up. It's super hard. I don't know why they make it so hard. Probably because most people live with someone. So I got it. It's this into that little bitty slat right there. So it's really tight. This is the back, and I'm really gonna have to like pull, but that's gonna look good. So now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this and make it look good, because like this is gonna be on the inside, so I'm really not gonna trip about it, because you're not gonna see it as long as that looks good up there. And then like the sides look good. But like all this is gonna be on the inside. So I'm not gonna freak out about it. So I'm gonna come down and do the bottom first and then do the sides. Back's looking good and flat. Now I gotta do these sides. So there's the front part of the headboard. And I like the fact that it doesn't show, you know, these, what do you call it, the tufted part. So yeah, I was gonna pleat it, but I just felt like the fabric was too heavy and I was gonna lose too much yardage, and I already bought everything that the store had, so I went back. So I got a total of 13 yards. So we'll see. This took over 5 yards for sure. So yeah, now we're about to do the sides and then put it all together. So that is technically the inside. That's the inside. And the bed, you know, the platform part that the bed sits on, like the slats goes in here, and the bed's like, I don't know, 12 inches or so. So I mean, it's a pretty thick bed. So it'll lay right here. So not that much of it'll show. So here's the outside. So what I think I'm gonna have to do, because this part, so it hooks into the side, so I don't have to worry about this part, but I do have to worry about this part, because it hooks into the side here, but this part's gonna be exposed on top of this part's exposed as well, like it's on the edge. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to sew the sides together on the machine So I'm gonna have to like measure it and sew each side down. This has a little stretch this way, but it's got the most stretch this way. So I'm gonna pin it on the side here. I'll stand it up. Actually, I should have did the wrong sides. Ugh. Well, I need to turn it around because I need right sides together so I can sew it. Now I got the right sides together. Pin this. Instead of pinning this side, I'm gonna mark this side. And here's the other side. It's not perfect right now, but the lines will look better once it's all taut and stapled in. So I laid this down, you can see right here. I'm just gonna use that as a pattern and cut out the other one. And then we're almost done with the sides, oh my goodness. Okay, right now, this is how much I gotta pull down. So, and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough to get it down, but I'm gonna try to get it down. So I got it upside down right there. There's the foot. I'm trying to do it on each side. So I end up having to pin the curve instead of pleating it or just pulling it because it just wasn't going to happen. So I'm going to have to cut this extra out and sew it. But I need to flip it right sides together and do that. Okay, so I sewed. Oh shoot. These are so heavy. Oh my god. So I sewed the curve in there. But I gotta like pull it really taut at the bottom to get this curve to like lay down. Okay, here's the bed. I finally got it together. I think it looks really good. Now I'm about to put my mattress on it and style it. Okay, day 2. You see the bed is done. I'm about to style it. It's like halfway styled right now, but there's like old pillows. I'm gonna show you some of my old pillows and some new fabric that I'm gonna use for new pillows. So the bed broke my back. I mean, I ended up changing my mind on the pleating because the fabric was just too thick, in my opinion. If it was more like a linen or a thinner like cotton sateen, I probably would have did the pleating. But with this part right here, you know how it goes up, I just felt like it was going to be really tough to do. So I went ahead and just stuck with, you know, just keeping it just flush. And, you know, I really did a good job with the curve on this thing. But you'll see, I'll give you close-ups in the reveal. But right now I want to talk to you about the decor that I'm going to redo. So right now, I got these 2 pillows. So I love the blues in that. And this is like a beige. like a grayish almost. So I had these. I had two of them. I already took one out. I'm gonna recover this one. I'm not gonna use these because I just don't think they go. And I also have the two of this pillow. So I'm gonna take the pillow out of this cover, and I'm gonna take the pillow out of that cover. So I have two of them longer skinny ones and one regular decorative pillows, the standard. So I think I want to use this fabric for one of them and then this fabric for one of them. And what I'm trying to go off of is I'm trying to tie in, if you could tell, I'm trying to tie in the colors of the rug. So the bed before just didn't tie in with this theme. So I think it's really starting to tie in now. And I may get a throw. And if I get a throw, I'll probably get a throw in that color, just to kind of tie that color in a little bit more. So like I told you, I have 4 standard pillows that I want to cover, and I have lots of fabric left over from covering the bed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this kind of pillowcase with this fabric. So it's pretty easy. All you do is measure, so it's like 7.5 inches. You use this pillowcase as a pattern, and you cut one the same size as this and one 7.5 inches longer. So I'll leave a little bit of seam allowance, but this does have stretch. This fabric has stretch to where this really does not have stretch. This is like a linen fabric. So I'm going to leave a little bit of seam allowance. So here's the pillow. We're going to turn this right side out. Poke out your corners. And see how it looks in there. Always put the tag on the inside of the pillow. Don't let it face the outside, even though this is going to be covered. And then see, you got your part right here. Stick it in there and tuck it just like that. Okay, for the next pillow, I have this size. It's like a long, kind of skinny pillow. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm not gonna do a zipper. I'm just gonna do the fold over method. So again, when you do the fold over method, the same applies. So you just want to go up, a little longer. 6 inches like I did on the other one, that'll be fine. So you'll cut, I'm doing 2 of them, so I'll cut 2 at this length and 2 6 inches longer. And I'm going to use this fabric. Right there. Okay, I got all them serged. For reference, if anybody wants to know, I didn't want to put my ironing board in my sewing room because it just takes up so much space. So I got this mat, and it came with this silicone little pad, and I can just pull it out. I can just pull it out and stick it on my cutting table when I want to iron something down. Because you always, for those who sew, you always need your iron on, while you're sewing, unless it's fabric that doesn't need to be ironed, but it's most of the time you need to sew down things. So I got everything serged. I just serged the color that I had in my machine. So now, let's see. These are the same. Let's get... Alright. So what I wanted to do was... these are the same on both sides, so it really doesn't matter. But I wanted to iron down both parts that I'm going to just stitch it down so it looks good from the outside. Just stitch this down so it's a nice, you know, a nice edge on the outside. All right, now that I got those stitched down, I'm going to put right sides together. Okay, so you want to leave this part open. Stitch, stitch. And here is the bed. Here's the bed. I'm really pleased with how I got the curve